Just doing a little bit of house cleaning here in Fort Lauderdale at the Broward Convention Center, making everything nice and spotless for our international television audience here at the 2002 U.S. Open. Advancing to the women's final, only 2 championships left to go, the women and then the men. And this one, very interesting. Of course, most of the matches have had some interesting story angles, but Zhang Yining, the number 3 in the world, has had a relatively easy trip here. Tested in the quarterfinals, but then advancing past Nu Yunfeng 4-2 to get here. And Lao Shuifei, the number 30 in the world, well, she's had to work a little bit harder, but in her semifinal encounter against the number 8 player in the world, Lin Ling, winning in 4 straight games. So again, Zhang on paper might have to be considered to be the favorite. Lao has had all the momentum.
Lao has played brilliantly throughout this tournament. She's been moving, great service. She's got that high toss serve, big forehand, great footwork. And Zhang, she escaped that quarterfinal, that 11-9 in the 7th against Zhang Rui, and she's dangerous now because she's already won the women's doubles title and escaped that one tough match. Phil, when you escape that tough match, you can relax and play the rest of the way. But
Lao in silver on the left, and in red, Zhang Yining. Talked about the doubles championship, and admittedly it was relatively easy for Zhang, but having that extra hour or 2 worth of rest for Lao, is that going to make much of a difference?
no, I don't think so. Zhang is definitely on a roll. She did have a little trouble, though, in that semifinal against Nu. Remember, it was 2 games each, and Nu had that 9-7 lead, which could have swung the whole thing. But that great comeback in Game 5, she was able to ride the momentum to a 4-2 win.
Her 3rd match of the day here. Of course, then again, she's only 20. I think she can probably afford the expenditure of energy. Zhang won her first championship at the age of 16 back in the 1998 Italian Open. Started making the scene in China at the age of 15, knocking off some big names, and almost knocked off one of the biggest, Wang Nan, in the 1999 Pro Tour Finals. Ended up going up 2 sets and then lost the next 3 games. Best finish this year, number 2 in Qatar on the Pro Tour stop, looking for her first championship of 2002.
Oh,
and a brilliant start.
Zhang quickly getting Lao off balance. What we're going to see here in this matchup is going to be the steady backhand topspin play of Zhang against the movement of Lao with the big forehand. And we'll see how well Zhang can handle the service. Lao has been dominating on that high toss serve. Had a great start for Zhang, world number 3. And here comes that high toss serve that's been dominating throughout the whole tournament. Handled pretty easily that time. Oh, down the line. Beauty.
I was going to ask, maybe not physically, but mentally, is there a difference playing singles then switching your mentality to doubles and back to singles? Doesn't look like it here so far.
No, I don't think so. It's still really the same game. You're working with a partner in the doubles, but as long as she's staying warm, and she's definitely warm, and a cold start by Lao, she loses both her serves and in danger of falling real far behind in Game 1 and losing Game 1 before she even gets a start.
4-0. 5-0.
I kind of thought this might be the way it would start off because Zhang has come through in a tough quarterfinal and a pretty tough semifinal, and she probably is really ready to show her stuff here. And Lao has had a couple of easy runs in the quarters and semis. There's the big forehand that she scores down the line. And that gives her her opening point in Game 1. There's that high toss serve.
Trying to fight back at 2-5.
Fault on that strong service. A little bit of nerves for Lao.
6-2. 6-3.
Zhang's backhand is so hard to defend. She takes it down the line and cross court with lots of topspin, quickly getting her opponent off balance and finishing it off with a forehand. Good serve there. Nice defense there by Lau. Great rally, but hits the top of the net. Chance to get back in the game, but the net goes long, and Lau down 3-7. I think this is going to be an entertaining match if Lau can get it going, but you never know. Zhang is tough. She can steamroll. Beautiful forehand play by Lau. Misdirection.
Back to within 3.
Just a couple of errors early. Put her behind, but she's making a slow comeback here. Big service point here. Good return of serve by Zhang down the line. What a rally here, folks. Beautiful play.
Forehand to backhand to forehand to backhand, and finally into the net by Lau. 8-4. Zhang with the serve back.
Great play by both competitors on that point. There's that second forehand that Zhang's had a lot of trouble with. She's usually making that opening one, but when blocked to her middle, she has a little trouble in the middle there, like most players. A very late call on that let there.
The assistant calling it.
Players taking a deep break. It's unusual. Players usually see those lets, but it's very tough for the referee to see that. Most of those serves are so low. And there's that backhand that has really helped Zhang so much win so many different matches. Great backhand topspin. There's that backhand lift that gets her started. And there's those backhand topspins, and you can forget that as Lau gets cut in the middle, and 5 game points for Zhang in control of game 1.
And game 1 easily to Zhang. She continues her masterful ride through the U.S. Open. The doubles crown already resting comfortably on her forehead, looking to add the singles here. Zhang Yining, 3rd in the world, started this tournament with a 4-1 victory over Brazil's Ligia Silva, and making it all the way here to the final against Lau.
There's a backhand topspin by Zhang, wide. Topspin to the other corner. There's a great rally back and forth. Topspin to topspin. Once again, look at Zhang making those great recoveries off balance. Now she gets her balance back and wins the point. There's a tough side spin serve. Look at it just off the end of the table. Look at that backhand lift. Now she's going to pound her with that backhand. Backhand over the top. Another backhand over the top and off the net and long. See that fight there?
So both times the long rally is going in favor of the youngster. After knocking off Silva, a 4-0 victory over Germany's Elke Vosik. Then in the 3rd round, Kishida Satoko could do no better. The toughest battle that Zhang has had is against Hong Kong's Zhang Rui, 4-3. In fact, it was perhaps a match she probably should have lost, but using her experience, able to hold on at the end.
Yeah, Zhang was in command of that match, and it was a great match by both players. Hard to believe, you know, feel bad for anyone who would lose that match, but Zhang with a chance to really move up from a world rating, number 80, lost 11-9 in the 7th. Here's that backhand to backhand play.
That one going long off Zhang.
I think the coach of Hong Kong definitely is telling her she needs to go backhand to backhand, and Lau needs to turn the corner and attack the forehand of Zhang. Let's see if she does that. Oh, but there's that backhand wide to the forehand, and Lau's like, nothing I can do. That's a great return of serve. Got to give her credit.
Sometimes it's like she has an extra joint in her wrist at the last moment, able to just turn it in a totally different direction.
I think she should serve to her forehand more. There's a spot right there. Zhang's forehand misses quite a bit there. And there was an easy ball that missed, but when Lau serves to the backhand, Zhang immediately flicks it to a corner. I would serve short into the forehand or even long to the forehand. 3-1. Good start for Lau here in game number 2. A much needed good start. She was down 5-0 in game 1 and unable to really use her techniques being down so far. Let's see if she goes into that forehand, but deep into the backhand, and that's not going to work. Giving Zhang that chance to hit that backhand topspin fill, and then right away, Lau's got trouble with that ball. Let's see if she goes to the forehand here. There it is, serve to the forehand. That didn't work either. Great push down the line. Lau was unable to turn the corner.
The second shot for Lau. Talked about getting it to the forehand, but after the return, everything was to the backhand.
Long serve, but Lau, recognizing it early, turns the corner. It's a powerful drive for a winner. Those long serves are dangerous. When your opponent sees them coming, they can turn and make a powerful swing. And Lau did just that.
3-4. (3-5), and Zhang showing some signs of being human after all.
One of the first backhands she's missed here in the final.
Off the net, and a benefit to Zhang.
Zhang's doing a great job on return of serve, handling that high toss serve that's handcuffed her quarterfinal opponent Ru and her semifinal opponent Lin. Oh, beautiful topspin there. Lau turns the corner to try to make a re-topspin, but sometimes the ball has so much topspin on it, the bounce kind of skids a little bit low, and that's what happened on that point.
5-5, and Zhang with the serve. And Lau on the defensive that whole play.
Oh, if Zhang gets her forehand going, where is Lau really going to go? Because Zhang is certainly playing some great table tennis. Now look at that flick on the backhand, but great save by Lau to stay in game 2.
Just caught the corner. 6-6.
Lau shaking her head. Match is going one way here. It's a big game. 4 out of 7 can go fast. And there's Zhang with that backhand down the line. She holds her forehead. She knows that was a winner. She just could have brought it down, but sometimes difficult to change the diagonal there.
7-7. Zhang already winning the first game. Strong backhand.
And that backhand to backhand play, I just don't think Lau can win that rally. She really needs to drive the ball immediately to her middle. Cannot go to the backhand side.
Lau needs to win at least one of her 2 serves here. Let on the first. Good forehand smash, and she actually handcuffed her. Lau grabbing a tough point. And it's even at 9.
One of the few mistakes on the receive of serve there. Lau moved that a little more to the center of the table, and Zhang moving to the middle. Just kind of ran out of table over there in the backhand corner, and a major moment here in the women's singles final. 9-all for Lau, especially. Oh, there's the trademark backhand over and over again. Zhang putting that side spin on the ball, which sort of directs the ball back to the backhand, and she snaps the wrist for a winner.
For game number 2. And she gets it without a battle. 11-5 in the first, 11-9 in the second, and Hong Kong's Lau Suifei, her back against the wall. Number 30 in the world, taking on number 3, and Zhang. Well, she's been ready for this tournament.
Comes a short little drop shot in the net. That was a heavy backspin serve. Lau trying to drop it short on the forehand, but not enough touch. And there you can see a dejected Lau.
Beat Canada's Yining 4-0 in the first round. And a couple of 4-3 battles against Nishi Yuka of Japan, Li Jia from China. And then Ru Ji-hye, an epic battle of sorts again for Korea, 4-1. Tough early. Second game also tough against Ru. But then Lau just outlasted her, and Ru could not find an answer. And that got Lau to the semifinals, where she knocked off Lin Ling in 4 straight. But Zhang just at a different level.
Zhang is technically handling this match. Her backhand has been brilliant, and her service return has really been excellent. So those are the 2 key factors that have allowed her to jump out to a 2-0 lead. And Lau completely off balance. In real trouble. That second game was critical, Phil. She was really never found her rhythm, but played a pretty good second game. Had a chance there at 9-all. And now it's really going to be tough, because look at that backhand up the line. And you can see why Zhang is number 3 in the world and maybe headed closer to that number 1 spot that she covets. There's that beautiful backhand receive, and oh, once again, looks like an instant replay. Lau's got to feel very uncomfortable when Zhang's be able to hit that far forehand corner, because she's a penholder trying to cover the table with the forehand, and that's the one spot that's most difficult to get to. Get a backhand play. Lau in trouble again and again.
Trying to push it to the forehand side, but that shot just is not dropping for her.
Zhang on a big-time roll. Finally misses a shot, and you're bound to miss one, Zhang.
Serving at 4-1, leading 2-0. Off the net.
Zhang's been making that backhand down the line look like it's easy, but it's not. That's a tough technique, but with her backhand, she can do it. There's a big forehand and a second forehand. Now that forehand that was letting her down earlier, Phil, is coming into play, and she's playing.
That seems to be the pattern over the last couple of days, though. First couple of games takes her a while to get it loose, but once it's on track, she's practically unbeatable.
Yeah, forehand does have some power. She really throws her body into it, though. She's not a lot of weight there, but excellent balance and quick 6-1 lead, and this finals is not as competitive as I thought it was going to be.
Another mistake, and right now Lau will take anything that Zhang will give to her.
Zhang really has a habit of always looking back at her coach. Most players don't do that, but for her, I guess it's a strength. Oh, there's a shot by Lau. That's the one we've seen. She really hasn't known the direction of the ball, and finally she was able to anticipate one and hit that beautiful forehand drive down the line.
Back to within 3. Zhang still with the serve, 6-3.
There's the backhand down the line over and over again.
Trying to play it tactically, trying to catch her by surprise, but I don't think anything surprises Zhang on the backhand. (3-7).
Well, it's clear that her tactics are not working. I'd definitely force her to play many more balls to the middle forehand and wide forehand and just stay out of that backhand. As long as it's way too hot, but she keeps going back to that backhand, and I can't really understand it. She has no chance in the backhand side. See, again, in the backhand, no chance. Why would she not play the ball to the forehand? Is this just not thinking out there? Or?
Oh, probably just trying to play her game. Unfortunately, that's right to Zhang's strength.
See, again to the backhand. Every ball to the backhand. You need to move the ball around. Sometimes it's the only way to find it. There you go. Play it to the forehand. That's where you've got to play the ball.
Little scoop just over the net, and 5-9. Zhang on make that Lau with the serve and needing these 2 points desperately.
Yeah, a couple of points in a row. Still a big climb here. Look at that return of serve.
Brilliant.
You see what I mean, Phil, though? She's serving it right into the backhand, and Zhang immediately takes control of the point. I can't understand why that serve would go there. Why not just throw it out to the forehand and see what happens? She can pull Zhang out of the backhand corner.
10-6 for game number 3.
3-0 lead. If Zhang can win this game, almost insurmountable. And there it is.
She got it. 11-5, 11-9, 11-7 in game number 3, and just one game away from grabbing her second championship here at the 2002 U.S. Open. Had a tough battle in the semifinals, finally outlasting Niu Jianfeng. Lost the first, or actually won the first, 11-6, then gave up a couple, and since then she has now won 6 games in a row. 11-5, 12-10, and then 11-5 to put away Niu. And then 11-5, 11-9, 11-7 to totally dominate Lau.
And you're right about that. She's been brilliant with her backhand. And again, great return of serve, and Lau's not used to have someone returning her serve like that, Phil. She's been able to get off that forehand all the time on her service, but how many forehands has she gotten off on the serve? No more than 1 or 2 per game, and I think that's what's held her to lose her focus and concentration, and really, she's kind of bewildered out there.
Still, it has been a good trip to the U.S. Open for Lau, knocking off the number 15, the number 5, and the number 8 to get here, where she takes on the number 3. Zhang, she has not taken on a player seated higher than Lau at number 30 right now. But you still have to play the game, and she is playing it marvelously.
Going right into the backhand again. And then once again comes up a little bit short. Very surprised by these tactics here by Lau. I just can't understand why she wouldn't be pounding out that ball over to the forehand and at least giving it a shot.
Almost looks as though she's trying to pin her to the backhand and then on the second or third shot go to the forehand. But a lot of times she's not getting that second or third shot.
Right, she's off balance almost in the first or second shot. She's on the wrong foot, and then it's trouble all the rest of the way throughout the point. Double net there. There's the backhand play, and a very simple, easy game planned for Zhang. I think Zhang's just loving it, saying, play my backhand. I like this. Just keep doing it. And really, has she hit a ball to the forehand yet? Not one.
Well, there was one, but she missed the table.
Yeah, she was off balance already from a good backhand, so.
There we go.
There we go. Opens up the court. Had a great chance there.
But again, she didn't take advantage of the forehand earlier in the match, and I think almost everything working for Zhang right now.
Right, it's so difficult now.
5-0.
Zhang really on a roll, playing great table tennis, and going to the forehand now, no chance.
At 15, her nickname was Star Killer. Right now, she's about to blossom into a star in her own right. First mistake. She can afford one right now. 6-1.
There's a good drive down the line to the forehand, and Zhang off balance. We saw Zhang have a little bit of trouble in her quarter and semifinal with their forehand, but not much need for it here in the final so far. Let's see if Lau can make a little run, but oh, that backhand down the line is nothing short of brilliant. That's scary, how well she hits that corner.
Without even trying, it appears.
Oh my goodness there. Flat-footed. Lau has lost focus and concentration, and it won't be long before she'll be shaking hands. Once again.
9-2, 2 points away.
A rout here in the women's singles final. Got to give credit, though. Zhang Yining playing some world-class table tennis. There's the forehand, too. It's all working. 8 match points.
With 3 games to spare.
I think that should be enough.
If this was chess, they'd concede.
Oh.
It is over. The most dominating spectacle of this Independence Day weekend. Fireworks on display here on the center table as 20-year-old Zhang Yining. A convincing display to earn the right to be called the 2002 U.S. Open Women's Champion. What can you say? She did. I guess the one thing that really jumps out is, again, going back to Hong Kong's 80th ranked Zhang Rui, who took Zhang Yining to the limit, finally falling 4-3. The only challenge that Zhang has had singles or doubles this entire weekend.
Oh, that was just an amazing. Here's the high toss service. Watch the block right down the line, across court. Another winner for Zhang, who is hitting on all cylinders here in the women's final. Well, like we said, Phil, she was able to get away with that close match against Zhang Rui, and then it was clear sailing the rest of the way.
So a doubles crown and a singles crown on top of it. It has been a Zhang-type weekend here in Fort Lauderdale. Zhang Yining knocking off Lao Suifei for the Women's Championship 11-5, 11-9, 11-7, and 11-2.